I'm Eric Shelman, and I'm the author of the Dead Hunger zombie series. And boy, I tell you what, this is for the zOctober event, and Tony Lesatz has said, hey, get your stuff in early, think out of the box, try to do something cool. My God, I was working on this video. I was trying to do an interview between me dressed up as a zombie and then me as the author. I literally spent hours on it. The video I did, it was like 16 minutes long. It was high definition. It took like over a gig of space. Trying to get that thing worked out was a pain in the ass, and I finally gave it up. So anyway, I don't know if this is so outside of the box, but I did want to welcome you to my day for our zOctober, which is today, October 28th, and say thanks for coming. I appreciate it. If you haven't yet read the Dead Hunger series, I can tell you it's different. It's and you know, everybody says that their books are different. That was book one. This is the old cover to book two. I have a new cover Jeffrey Koch did. These covers were initially done by Gary McCluskey, a great cover artist as well. But I needed a change up. So after, these books, the book series was started in 2011, and it's just grown since then. It's now at 7 books. This is Dead Hunger 3. The first 3 are told in a chronicle format. So when you're reading the first 3, it is Flex Sheridan tells the first one, Jim Cardoza tells the second book and her chronicle, the Chatsworths tell the third book and theirs, and then we go to Dead Hunger 4, which is called Evolution, and this one is a little different. It goes into third person, so it's the first venture into third person. This series just evolves like I can't even tell you. I mean, it evolved in ways that I couldn't even predict. And there's no military in the books, and my premise on the military was that I figured when the world went to shit, right, and everybody was realizing that this was a worldwide thing and everybody was affected, I don't care who you are. If you're a soldier, if you're an individual, you want to get home to your family. You want to make sure they're safe, and communication breaks down very quickly. You cannot reach them, and everybody splits up. They have to go. So that was my opinion. Let's face it, who knows what really happened? Most books seem to have just a whole bunch of military running around trying to take charge of things, but in my book, 90% of the world changes. So there's 10% left. I can't see that any of these allegiances still stand. And, in fact, is there even in America anymore? Who knows? I mean, that's where you are, but what is it? There's no government anymore. This is Dead Hunger 5. This takes a peripheral character, Dave Gammon, and it turns him into a hero, basically. So this was something that people wondered if I could really pull off, and turns out I really did. So that's Dead Hunger 5. Dead Hunger 6, The Gathering Storm. This was the first cover I actually had Jeffrey Koch do an original cover on, and this book is the longest in the series, and it really it takes off. It goes back to chronicle format, first person, just as Dave's also does. Dave Gammon's voice. This goes into 2 voices. It goes into Jim Cardoza and Flex Sheridan. They end up in 2 different locations. They're telling their stories so that you can follow along. And Dead Hunger 7, which goes back to a third person format so that you can be a lot of places at once. And this one, I'll tell you, man, I created a hell of a villain in this guy here, Maestro. So I think that's going to be a fascinating book for you. The next book in the Dead Hunger series is going to be Dead Hunger 8, Peace, Love, and Zombies. So I think you guys are going to dig that. That's the Nelson Moore Chronicle, and he's my stoner character, and he's actually a lot of fun, and he's a lot smarter than people realize. My latest book is called The Camera. And I'll tell you, The Camera, to me, is a very cool novel. It's the first of a trilogy. It does feature a little flesh-eating Walking Dead in a different way, though. So I think you get into Eric A. Shelman, I think you're going to have a lot of different things to look at. I also have a really cool time travel serial killer novel called Shifting Fears. I have a witch novel called Generation Evil. I have a straight serial killer novel called A Reason to Kill. I also have a true story, we'll call it creative nonfiction. It's about a little girl who was severely abused in 1874, and she was rescued by the SPCA. It's a true story. It's called Out of the Darkness, the story of Mary Ellen Wilson. That's been around since 99. I wrote it in about 95 with my co-author, Dr. Stephen Lazarus. And second book on that one came out called Case Number 1, the Mary Ellen Wilson Files. That came out in about 2005, and it's just a compilation of all the materials we used to write the original book. So anyway, thank you so much for joining me on zOctober. We're going to have some fun. We'll give away some bookmarks, some wristbands, some dog tags, a couple of autographed books, and and we'll make the most of it. So thanks for coming, and I hope this was out of the box. I mean, I'm still in the box. I really feel it. I'm going to break out of the thing in a minute, but thank you so much, guys, for coming, and let's have some fun. Right on.